Community Action Network and the Healthcare for America Now campaign. So good to see your beautiful faces. I just want to thank the band, My Parade. Please join with me in thanking the band for coming out tonight. I'm going to get off stage and let us move forward. I just want to introduce our MC for this evening's program, Reverend Leslie Braxton, the senior pastor at New Beginning Christian Fellowship Church in Renton, Washington. Please join with me in welcoming Reverend Braxton to the stage.
How many of you are excited about being here this afternoon?
Yeah, yeah!
I feel that we're on the verge of some historic breakthroughs in our country. If you're excited, I need to hear some noise. Somebody scream. I can't hear you. Somebody scream! At the beginning of any good battle, you gotta have a battle cry. So we gotta pump up the crowd. We gotta pump it up, pump it up, pump it up. We want them to hear us all across this state and anywhere else. Have I got a witness out here this afternoon?
Yeah!
So here's what we're going to do. Here's our first battle cry. Here's our first battle cry. When I say, what do you want? You say health care. And when I say, when do you want it? You say now. What do we want?
Health care!
When do we want it?
Now!
What do you want?
Health care!
When do you want it?
Now!
I said, what do you want?
Health care!
When do you want it?
Now!
What do you want?
Health care!
When do you want it?
Now!
Somebody scream! Alright, that's not bad. Let's take it a little higher. Let's chant together Healthcare 09. Healthcare 09. Come on.
Healthcare 09! Healthcare 09! Healthcare 09! Healthcare 09!
Louder.
Healthcare 09! Healthcare 09! Healthcare 09!
Somebody scream! Yeah, we're going to take it one notch higher. And that is, we're going to say, hey, hey, ho, ho, the status quo has got to go.
Hey, hey, ho, ho, the status quo has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, the status quo has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho, the status quo. Take it up. Hey, hey, ho, ho, the status quo.
One more time.
Hey, hey, ho, ho, the status quo has got to go.
Now somebody really scream. We are here because these are historic times. And historic times are times when we're making life and death choices. And this is the crowd that chooses life. And nothing is more fundamental to life than health care. And if you agree with me, just holler one more time. Listen, let's swing now from celebration to commemoration, because we have just lost what some have called the Lion of the Senate.
That's right.
Some have called the soul of the Democratic Party, and I like to call the conscience of the political consciousness of American society, and that was Senator Edward M. Kennedy. No single individual in American society in the last 50 years has done more for the disabled, done more for the working people, done more for the poor, done more to expand access to education and health care. And I want all of us, if you're not standing and can stand, would you stand with those who are standing for a moment of silence and reverence for a man who gave his life fighting for the disadvantaged, the disabled, and for those who are the last and the least. Let's give a cheer for Senator Edward M. Kennedy.
Healthcare is a right, not a privilege. Healthcare is a right, not a privilege. Healthcare is a right, not a privilege. Healthcare is a right, not a
Put your hands
privilege.
together for Senator, the memory, the life, the legacy, and the unfinished business of Senator Edward M. Kennedy. perhaps some of the closing words of Shakespeare in Romeo and Juliet after the death of Romeo would be applicable to him now in the wake of his recent demise. And Shakespeare waxed eloquent when he said, "When he shall die, we shall cut him out, place his soul among the stars. Then men shall fall so in love with the night, no longer shall they yearn for the garrisoned sun of the day." Teddy, rest in peace. Well, his agenda goes on. The dream still lives. And I want to bring to the stage a man who is known to us all, a man who in the 80s fought to bring health care to the state of Washington, a man who helped the basic health care plan in this state come to pass, who went to Congress fighting to make universal health care a reality and a basic right in this country, a man who many of us will consider one of the lions of the Congress of the United States today. Let's welcome our own Congressman Jim McDermott.
What is it you want now? Healthcare! You really want it now? Yeah! Well, we got some work to do. There's some folks across the street. That's the status quo bunch. They want it to stay the same. They want the health industry of this country, the insurance companies, and the pharmaceutical companies to win again. Do you want them to win again? I was standing here listening to the Reverend talk about Ted Kennedy. Somewhere up there, he's looking down on this country, and today there are 2,000 demonstrations just like this going on. I'm sure it must make his heart feel good to see that the dream has not died.
That's right.
It is our dream to have health insurance that can never be taken away, and no more bankruptcies because of health care bills. Now, a lot of people are looking around and they're watching the newspapers and watching these people across the way go out to meetings and stir things up and act like this isn't a real problem we're dealing with, or that we can't fix it. But the fact is we can, and some of you, yeah, that's what he said. Yes, you can. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. That's what the chant was in the campaign.
Yeah.
You remember we had a guy here for 8 years as president who couldn't do anything right.
That's right.
And we took it on ourselves last year to elect a president who said, yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
On Wednesday night next week, he's going to give a speech. And he's going to talk about the fact that, yes, we can do it. In spite of all the resistance from the medical industrial complex, we can change this country to make it a better place for all of us. All of us ought to have health care, don't you think?
Yeah!
Now, he'll do his part on Wednesday, and I'll do my part in the Congress, but he and I need you to keep showing up and making people aware that what do we want now?
Health care!
When do you want it?
Now!
Why? Because it's fair, because it's just, because it's what we're entitled to. It is a right of all Americans to have health care that can never be taken away. And what's exciting about seeing this kind of a demonstration is that usually in the past, and I've seen lots of people get elected, the folks all go home, have a big party, and say, well, we elected them, that's all we have to do. We need you to keep in the streets moving and talking and knocking on doors and writing letters, and don't stop until it gets done. Barack Obama would not have become President of the United States if you people stopped on the 15th of October. You had to run all the way to the end of the track. And this one is going to require us to keep coming out and keep standing up and saying, what do we want now?
Healthcare!
And when do we want it?
Now!
You do that, you keep it up, we'll keep it up, we'll get it. So we'll be back for more of these.